NKTelco Sports. We're here at Piqua High School where the Waynesfield Goshen Tigers take on the Lehman Catholic Cavaliers. Tonight's game is sponsored by Minster Bank, Schwiedemann Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental, West Staff, Hometown Opportunity, Lamb's Insurance Agency, 21st Century Kitchens, American Trim, Cy Schwiederman, Upper Valley Career Center, Fowler's TV, German Farmers Insurance, Francis Furniture, Grand Lake Health, Moran's Refrigeration, and First National Bank. Think first. I'm Dave Helmstetter, and alongside me, Jeff Henshin, and we've got the Lehman Cavaliers and the Waynesfield Goshen Tigers in football action here on NKTelco Sports. The Lehman Cavaliers, 5-1 overall, atop in the conference, and a lot at stake really for the Cavaliers. Playoffs, computer playoffs, and also the league title. They're zeroing in the final stretch run for that, Jeff.
Yeah, first goal of the season, as always, is win the league title and then make the playoffs and proceed from there. They've done exactly that so far. They have a heartbreaking loss to open the season and have since run off 5 straight victories and currently undefeated in the NWCC. They've been playing some very good football. Their defense has been good. Their offense has been dominating. They're really rolling right now. Need to make sure they don't overlook the competition and still come out and play their game. But a game tonight that Lehman's got to like their chances with against a team from Waynesfield that seems to be struggling.
Waynesfield, they're 1-5 overall. Of course, they snapped a major losing streak, and the Tigers really amidst a rebuilding stage in their program.
Yeah, they lost 24 in a row before a victory this year against Ridgedale, 46-14. Only have 21 players in uniform tonight, so that'll make it tough for a team, as you said, that has had some rough spots trying to rebuild and get the program back on its feet.
We'll be back with the opening kickoff here on NKTelco Sports. Lehman versus Waynesfield right after this.
Moran Refrigeration in St. Mary's is celebrating 70 years in business. We are committed to offering you top name brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid, Samsung, Fisher & Paykel, and Speed Queen. Come in and experience the one-on-one personal service that you won't get from big box stores. Our delivery and installation specialist will assure you that your purchases arrive safely and are installed properly. Moran Refrigeration, exceeding your expectations.
Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield, why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Schwiederman Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the surface, allowing you to grow stronger, healthier plants that root deeper, that are more resilient to the elements, that enable longer growing seasons, and can produce higher results in the fields and in your pocket. Trust CSI, your drainage experts since 1946.
Back here at Piqua's Alexander Stadium, the Lehman Cavaliers will kick it off, and number 17, Michael Denning, will do the honors. And there's a lot of blue and gold out on the field tonight. Both teams with blue and gold as the school colors, and Denning's kick is away. Fielded at the 10 by Waynesfield. They'll bring it across the 20. Still on his feet, nice return. And they'll get it up near midfield. And that was Chase Green, number 88, with a return. So a great return by the Tigers and gives them good field position to start tonight's game between Lehman and Waynesfield.
Good start, as you mentioned, Dave. As Waynesfield, one of the few seniors on the roster, Chase, he got a great return and puts his offensive unit at near midfield. So a good start for a team that struggled scoring the ball recently. They got a touchdown late in their game last week against Riverside. Before that, they'd been shut out 2 games in a row. So basically almost 3 games in a row they couldn't score at all. So they'll try to get some momentum. Again, only 21 players I saw in uniform for the Tigers.
Evan Miller will call the signals for the Tigers. He's going to hand it off first back through, and that's, I believe, Joel Rickle with the carry. And
well, he was met by number 50, Logan Richard, one of the tacklers there for Lehman Cavaliers, and no gain, and The defense for Lehman Catholic. I talk about the offensive woes for Waynesfield lately, Dave. The defense for Lehman Catholic has been outstanding. They've yielded 16 points in their last 3 games, so their defense has been stepping up and giving their offense great field position, and an offensive unit for the Lehman Cavaliers has been on fire as well.
Man in motion as Miller calls the signals under center. Come back to Rickle. He's trying to pick up some territory, but the Lehman line just pushes him back. Looked like number 6 for the Cavaliers, Owen Smith, in on the stop, along with number 99, Michael Bunker.
A 3rd and long, Dave. Two lines to gain out of system right now for the Waynesfield offense. So although they had a great kickoff return, Lehman with a defensive stop here can force the punt and kind of force the Tigers of Waynesfield to waste the good starting field position.
3rd down and 11. Sam Young was also in on the stop there for the Cavaliers. Here come the Tigers looking at long yardage, and we've got a timeout. Waynesfield, 10:22 to go on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Lehman nothing, Waynesfield nothing. We'll be back right after this.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Waynesfield's looking at a 3rd down and 11. Coach Shane Wireman takes a timeout, something he didn't like, and let's see how the Tigers set. Bickle is deep in the backfield. Miller, the quarterback, under center. He's going to drop straight back, but we've got a penalty on the play, or a stop in the action.
Evidently not quite ready to play.
Okay, now
no penalty.
No penalty. We'll do this one again. Miller is going to go straight back. They're going to toss a short screen, and he'll have the 1st down as the Tigers move into Lehman territory.
Boy, nice pickup by the Tigers. 3rd and long. They get just enough to move the chains. Impressive 3rd down conversion for the Tigers.
They go to their tight end, Kyle Searson, sophomore, 5'11", 190-pounder. Makes the catch, and the Tiger drive continues. They're sitting at the 38-yard line of Lehman.
Boy, a mistake there by the Cavalier defense. A chance to get the Tigers off the field, unable to do so.
Pitch right side to Bickle, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds just inside the 35.
Brandon Barhorse made that initial contact there. Didn't allow the runner, in this case, to turn up field too much, and actually got a 4-yard gain as he did fall forward. Nice pickup.
Tried to use a little of their quickness to the outside. Makes it 2nd down and 6. 2 receivers to the left side as number 4, Miller, calls the signals. He'll go to the short pass. It's going to be incomplete. Intended for number 13, Cole Lampert.
That might be a lateral, Dave. Yep. I was right on site here. It looked like it was backwards. They're actually going to lose yards. That'll be about a 4-yard loss as the ball went out of bounds. Fortunately for the Tigers, it went out of bounds, but kind of a dangerous pass. It wasn't a screen. It was a lateral, so it's treated almost like a fumble. It was a live ball, and they will lose 4, go back to the original line of scrimmage on this set of downs.
So the Tigers lose the 4 that they gained with the lateral as it goes out of bounds. The football is going to rest at the Lehman 38-yard line. Out of the I formation. It'll be Bickle to the right side, and a host of Lehman tacklers on him, but he still manages to move forward on a second effort.
Well, Sherman, number 40, was there to make initial contact. Held him for the most part, and his friends came up, but still a 2-yard gain. And see now this 4th and long, Dave, of the Lehman Cavalier defense, who I felt wasted an opportunity on their last 3rd and 13 if they can hold them here on 4th and 8.
4th down and 8. So the last time they went to the a screen pass or a short pass to their tight end and picked up the first down. Now they come out of the shotgun this time. 2 backs to the left and right of Miller. He's going to look downfield. He's under pressure, but he's going to run with it. He's across the 30 and near the first down. Have to see where they mark it.
It's a first down.
First down.
Needed 8, got 9. Good heads up running by Evan Miller. So twice now on, what do you want to say in this case? It was do or die. 4th down, they had to get it, and they got it. You'll take another replay here as Miller sensed the opening or saw the opening and right there just muscled through a missed tackle. So opportunity there for the Cavaliers. Again, they'll have to refocus here on a new set of downs for the Tigers.
And Miller will keep it. Move forward, and he's brought down there by number 77, Seth Sargent.
Sargent, 6 feet 4 inches, 245 pounds. He'll be one of the bigger fellas out on the field tonight for either team. Still a short game of about 3, but the Tigers have, again, this all started with a great field position, got a good kickoff return. They brought it out to the 45. They've done what they needed to do to get the ball down here to the 26.
They've had the football, controlled the football for the entire quarter, so we're coming 7.5 minutes or so to go as they'll come out of the shotgun. Miller goes left side. He's going to run it.
He's got room. He throws.
Going for the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Waynesfield.
Well, good read by Miller, 26-yard pass and catch, and the Tigers, the underdogs tonight, come out and score first.
Cole Lampert with the reception from Evan Miller, and with 7:33 to go on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard, Waynesfield has jumped to a 6-0 lead. And I tell you, Miller was very close at the line of scrimmage there. And he had a lot of running room. Instead, pulled up, threw it. Nice play, and the Tigers are on the board.
They will go for 2.
It's funny, you don't see this as much as you used to.
You do if you don't have a kicker.
That's right. Bickle, right side, and he's not going to get in, so the run fails. So 7:33 to go, opening quarter of action. The 1-5 Waynesfield Goshen Tigers 6, Lehman nothing. We'll return right after this.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
$7:33 to go here at Alexander Stadium in Piqua, Lehman and Waynesfield, and the Tigers coming out roaring.
Well, they made some good plays and made some 2 critical 3rd and longs and then a 4th down and long conversion to keep that drive alive. And then the last one, when Miller looked like he was going to run for some positive yards, drew the defense up. He threw a nice pass over the defense to Lambert, and what do you know, 6-0 Waynesfield Goshen Tigers on top, and kind of sense a little bit of a quietness on this side of the stands, Dave. I think most people felt, that they would be able to stop them on that drive and couldn't get it done, but offense now going to have a chance to kind of even the game, the field, if you will, here, the score, and go to work and try to tie this thing up and take the lead.
Cavaliers fall on the football, and number 27 does that for Lehman. That's Aldo Barrera, as he falls on it, and the Cavaliers will have it at their own 38-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Lehman. And now comes the question for Waynesfield: can you stop this high-flying Lehman offense?
An offense that gets nearly 300 yards of offense on the ground. They throw for just under 150 through the air, but most of the work by the Cavaliers is on the ground.
Here comes the run, and it's Owen Smith, and he's going to be knocked out at the 20-yard line. So nice pickup by Smith, and number 6 Familiar sight for Lehman fans. A senior running back, 5'11", 177. Moves the football all the way to the Waynesfield 20-yard line. So it's kind of funny. Waynesfield took almost 5 minutes
to score,
and Lehman here is already going to be knocking on the door.
Well, for Smith, that's his 98th carry on the season. He averages 142 yards a game, and that first run of 43 yards will definitely help his average.
Gilardi's going to keep it. He'll go inside the 10, and he's tripped up at about the 8-yard line.
Well, they started off the game, Dave, feeding their 2 leading rushers on the season. Owen Smith, the 97, now 98 carries on the season. Behind him is Gilardi, who has 64 carries on the season, now 65. Those are the workhorses, if you will, for the Lehman offense on the ground.
Football is marked at the 7-yard line. Gilardi in the shotgun. He'll go, hands it off Smith. He's going wide to the right side. He'll cut the corner at the 5 and find the end zone, or is he knocked out of bounds? Touchdown, Lehman. Wasn't sure if he quite got in by the pylon, but it's a Lehman score. Smith with 7 minutes to go here in the opening quarter, and we've already had our second score of the night.
For Smith, his 11th rushing touchdown on the season. So again, he didn't take much time at all, as you mentioned, Dave. 43 yards on his first carry, 7 on his second. Already at 50 yards, and more importantly, the tying touchdown and now the go-ahead point.
Denning's kick splits the uprights, so Lehman takes the lead. Lehman 7, Waynesfield 6 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. We'll be back right after this.
Trust us. NKTelco, a small-town company with a big focus on customer service. We build business the old-fashioned way.
Trust us to be your internet provider.
Trust us to help you find the right cable package for your viewing needs.
Trust us to answer your questions any time of the day.
Trust NKTelco to be on call. Deliver and make sure your service is tailored to meet your needs.
We serve commercial and residential customers to meet their communication needs. Trust us at NKTelco.
Take a look at the touchdown run by Owen Smith as he heads for the corner of the end zone and
got a nice block there by number 18, Bradley Haynes. He kind of helped secure the corner, allowed Smith to get to the edge, and the rest Smith was able to do on his own.
After that nice return by Waynesfield on the opening kickoff, Lehman's going to kick it on the far side, and Denning will boot it away. He's number 17. He's right now the difference in the game with his extra point. Kick is away. Green will field it. Goes to the left side. He's across the 20. Going to power forward to about the 24 is Chase Green, who had the nice return to start the game. A little bit less this time as Waynesfield will have the football at about the, they're going to mark it right at the 25-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 for the Tigers. 6:51 to go here in the first quarter of football.
Much better job by the Lehman special teams that time, as you mentioned, giving the return man very little yards, especially compared to what he had the first try. So the defense can get a 3-and-out here. I'm sure they had a talking to, if you will, on a brief time they had on the sidelines, but maybe a wake-up call here to see once the defense can get a 3-and-out.
It'll go to Bickle, and he's stopped there by number 99, Bunker. Michael Bunker, a 6'5", 230 senior, in on the stop for Lehman. Loss of 2 yards, so that'll make it 2nd down and 12.
Bunker, one of the leading tacklers on the squad, averaging just over 6 tackles a game. Again, you mentioned his size, Dave. 6'5", 230.
There's Logan Richard. He's in the backfield right away. Linebacker for the Cavaliers and nowhere to go, and there's a definite loss that time.
Well, the defense has made 2 positive plays for the Cavaliers, 2 negative yards of on the snap, so they've definitely made a stand so far. Now it comes up to 3rd and 2 chains at 3rd and 15. Can they get it done here. You would think they've got a good odds this time. They gave up a couple big ones on the first drive, but come out right now a little bit more intensity maybe, and have made some good strong tackles.
3rd down and 15 for the Tigers, and that's something on their first drive. They were able to convert the 3rd and 4th down plays. Miller, he's going to try and throw it, but he's under pressure, and that's going to mean a sack as number 56, Colin Haller, in on the stop, I believe, for the Cavaliers.
Miller sacked by number 56, Colin Haller.
So that sack pushes the Tigers back even further and makes it 4th down and 18, and they're going to be forced to punt.
There's a nice sack by Haller. One arm kind of corralled him with one hand, did not let Miller get free. So a good defensive stand as they force basically minus 15 yards in that possession and get a nice recovery here, a good bounce.
Rickles' kick a little bit short. Here come the Cavaliers as the return.
Good field position day for the Lehman offense. Didn't take them a long time to score the last time they held the ball in short field. Good job by the defense. You mentioned the sack by number 56, Colin Haller. That's his first sack of the year, I believe.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Lehman. Football's at the 20-yard line. Smith in the backfield. Gilardi in the shotgun. Barhorse slot to the right side. Smith will get the football.
Pretty good speed through the middle, Dave.
Kind of tough when you're hand tackling. Smith gets it across the 10, and powerful runner is Owen Smith. 4.5 to go here in the opening quarter, and Lehman taking advantage of the short Waynesfield punt. Gilardi in the backfield, Barhorst in motion, and he'll get the football. Rather, Gilardi will keep it and walk in. Touchdown, Lehman, as Gilardi with the run. Their second score here in the opening quarter, and Gilardi went into the end zone untouched.
Nice hole for Gilardi, as you mentioned. He was untouched, and he, along with Smith, has been one of the leading ground carriers for the Cavaliers all season. He now ties Smith on the season with 11 rushing touchdowns.
Dennings to kick the extra point. Kick is up. It's good, and our score now goes to Lehman 14, Waynesfield 6. 4:24 to go on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Lehman with the 14-6 lead over Waynesfield as the Cavaliers begin to take over just a little bit on offense.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes of the game, you'd have maybe thought the records were backwards, if you will, as Waynesfield kind of controlled the tempo in that first drive they had and marched down, took the opening kickoff and get the first touchdown of the game. But since that time, a good responsive offense by the Cavaliers and then a strong statement by the defense gave the ball back. A good punt return gave the Cavaliers short field positioning or short field to go, and Gilardi takes advantage of it. In 6 plays, they've scored 2 touchdowns.
And Dennings' kick comes down to Green. Green, number 88, will get it back up to about the 19, so it'll be 1st and 10 Waynesfield at the 19.
Mentioned Lehman's quick scoring offense here tonight. It's been on fire the past, really all season. You take away that Fort Recovery game where they led 21-7 at halftime. Didn't score in the second half and get beat by Fort Recovery Indians. Since that time, they've scored 31-14 over Miami East, 51-34 over Graham, 62-8 over Ridgemont, 55-8 over Elgin, and 63-0 to Hard Northern last week, so they've been able to score the ball. And one thing we've already mentioned his name twice tonight is Michael Denning, the place kicker, has been very accurate with his extra points, as there's another sack.
And the sack that time, that's,
I believe that's the big fella, number 99.
Number 99, Bunker. Call his name and number a lot tonight. That pushes the Tigers all the way back to about the 7-yard line. So it'll make it 2nd down and 22. 3:50 or so to go here in this one.
Bunker, his 9th sack on the season. And just to finish up with Michael Denning, the place kicker, he came into tonight's game 35 out of 37 on point after touchdown kicks. Very good percentage. He's 2 for 2 tonight, and that can be a, those points are just as important as the 6 you get on the ground or through the air. So it's nice to have a reliable kicker in Denning, just a junior, that's been very consistent for the Lehman Catholic offense.
Number 34, Dustin Klinke, gets the carry for the first time tonight from that fullback position.
Boy, the opening sack there by Bunker really put the Tiger offense in a bind. Not only is it 3rd and forever, you're down around your own end zone. You hate to risk a turnover and give the Cavaliers great field position.
Klinke with another carry.
Wow, he bounced off some people.
Picks up some good yardage there before.
6'1", 240. Klinke kind of pinballed his way through there a little bit, ran some guys over, but fortunately, with such the long distance to go, the Cavaliers able to get him down short of the first down.
Brandon Barhorse with the tackle for Lehman as Klinke picked up some good yardage, but it's going to make it 4th down and 6. And Tigers' punting game may be just a little suspect here. They're going to kick it away. It's going to bound at midfield, and they're going to.
That ball's live. You can pick it up, and they blew the whistle though. But I'm almost positive that the defense, if you touch it and he doesn't recover it, it's a live ball. You can pick it up and run it. And if you would happen to fumble it, you get a choice of the result of the play or where the defense first touched it, which in this case, if you would have fumbled it, you would take it where the defense first touched it. So I think the whistle blew anyways, not a big deal, but just one of those things if you're on defense, make sure if you're going to touch it, you just don't give up. It's a live ball until the ball is downed or controlled.
And the football is going to be marked at midfield, the 50-yard line.
The way the ball was kicked, it almost looked like it would hit and really jump, towards the right side of your television screen, but it really kind of just popped straight up and didn't get a favorable bounce, if you will, for the Tigers.
Gilardi, Barhorst in motion. Barhorst will get the carry this time. He's at the 45, now to the 40, to the 35. He'll move across the 30, still on his feet. Finally knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Nice run by Brandon Barhorst.
Some nice blocking as well. Barhorst was untouched for most of that run, and there were some big blocks and bodies being moved by the Cavalier linemen or blockers, and the result is a big, strong, positive game. 50-yard line all the way down to the 16.
1st and 10 for Lehman. Football at the 16, so they're looking for their 3rd score here in the opening quarter of football. Alexander Stadium in Piqua. Lehman plays 2 of their home games here and 2 up at Sydney High School's stadium, and then, as we learned, 1 at their homecoming at their field at Lehman. For the end zone, touchdown. Gilardi finds Cameron Lee for the touchdown. 16-yard touchdown pass, Gilardi to Lee, and that was a pretty play, Jeff.
It was nice. I mean, it was pretty well defended. Lee was not wide open. The ball was put where it had to be, and not only was it put there, but Lee made a nice job catching it, making sure he got a foot in bounds. He did all that stuff you got to do to maintain the catch, and net result, again, about a 3-play scoring drive, it seems like. I think all 3 of their drives have been about 3 plays each.
Snap is good. Kick is up. It's all for Waynesfield 6 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter of play. We'll be back right after this.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Lehman's offense is dominated here in the opening quarter of play. Waynesfield, of course, scored on their first drive of the night and took a 6-0 lead, but ever since then it's been all Lehman as the defense is dominated and the offense is played very well.
I've mentioned, Dave, earlier, I think 3 scoring drives, or I know 3 scoring drives, but I think each one has been 3 plays each. Or right about there. They have not taken much time off the clock at all, and we still have 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Denning will kick it away. Green will field it at the 7. Going to the left side. He's at the 25, still standing straight, and that's usually means trouble. And Cavaliers will bring him down. They'll mark him at about the 25-yard line.
Well, the defense did a heck of a job the last 2 trips they've been out there, and both times they've been able to get in the backfield and get sacks on Miller. And anytime you take an offense that's kind of struggling to make it a long distance to gain, if you will, it really can put your defense in a very good position.
See what the Tigers can do. Defensive line play by Lehman's been excellent. Miller, first man through, and it's going to be a loss of a yard or 2.
Hand off to Klinke.
Klinke again that time, and not able to get any kind of forward motion.
Yeah, just not much room to go up the middle. As I believe Ethan Kanapke was in on the tackle, one of a number of yellow-shirted Cavalier defenders. And again, anytime you get that first down to be no gain or short gain, it makes the rest of the system for the other team very difficult to get on any sort of rhythm. Although, again, you go back a few possessions ago, Dave, when Waynesfield had their first drive, they did some nice things. They got some nice runs, had some nice passes, when we really haven't seen any of that since that first drive.
Rickle goes to the left side, and again, it's a loss on the play. Waynesfield's opening drive there was set up with a nice return that got him up around midfield, and then picked up a couple of big plays in that opening series. But as the clock winds down here in the first quarter of play, the Cavaliers have scored 3 times. And it's 3rd down and 13. Miller under center. They'll come out of the I formation. Klinke is first. Miller's going to go straight back. There's the short pass to the tight end, Searson, but it's going to be incomplete. Stops the clock at 13.9 seconds. That's the play that worked for him in that opening drive.
Well, that time the defense of Lehman very much aware of it, read it, if you will. The pass had to be floated out there, so it did not give the receiver, it took a long time to get to him. By that time, the Cavaliers' defense was there and hit him right when he was making first contact. So good job by the Lehman defense, and they're going to have, again, a very good chance here, Dave, for some very good field positioning, and I predict maybe even a potential run back here.
Rickles' punt is fielded at the Lehman 48, across the 40. Driving forward to near the 30-yard line. That's number 12, Drew Barhorse, with the return. So Lehman, just with the nice return again, has great field position. 1st and 10, football marked at the 31 with 3.1 seconds to go here in the opening quarter of football. Gilardi will work out of the shotgun. he'll keep it. He'll go to the right side and get across the 25 as the first quarter is over. One of the helmets went flying for one of the Lehman players. It's going to be at the 24-yard line. So first quarter is history here on NKTelco Sports. Our score, Lehman 21, Waynesfield 6. We'll return with second quarter play after this.
Minster Dental Care continues to offer advanced dental technology in a state-of-the-art facility. Our professional team offers experience in general dentistry and orthodontics, including services such as CERA and wireline orthodontics. Board-certified pediatric dentist Dr. Philip Slonkowski ensures our littlest patients have a positive, safe, and a comfortable experience. We are unconditionally committed to excellence in everything we do.
As a business owner, do you find yourself reviewing too many applications? Or are you the job seeker filling out dozens of applications in an attempt to find employment? West Staff has been bridging the gap between employers and employees since 1988. Jobs range from manufacturing and clerical to specialized fields such as quality control and engineering. West Staff has the ability to operate as your company's entire HR department or simply payroll employees on a temp to hire basis. West Staff, your partner in business.
Lehman on the move again as we start the second quarter. It's second down and short yardage for the Cavaliers.
Again, the offense has dominated the 3 previous possessions. They've touched the ball. And
Gilardi's going to throw. Touchdown, Lehman.
Gilardi to Bunker. Touchdown.
Bunker with the catch. And the big tight end, wide open, makes a great catch and finds the end zone.
Again, a nicely well-thrown ball over the top of a Tiger defender, and Bunker able to, he's a tall target at 6 feet 5 inches, but a pretty nicely thrown spiral by Gilardi, and Bunker able to do the rest. For Bunker, his first touchdown reception of the season, his 6th catch overall, but his first one for a score.
Going to be a procedure here on the extra point by Lehman, so we're going to move Denning back 5 yards. We'll see how he does from a little longer range. Looks pretty good on all the other kicks, I can tell you that.
Told Dave after the last one, I said, boy, he's probably good from 40, the way he's been drilling them through the uprights to our left, and this one will be spotted on the 15, so add 10. This will be basically a 25-yard extra point, and he's hit them very solidly so far, and again, came in 35 out of 37 on the season.
Kick is up. Looks pretty good from here, and it is.
Well, the kid that caught it was way back behind the track there. I mean, there's another replay. Look at the nicely thrown ball just over a defender, and Bunker.
Nice catch by Bunker, and he's in the end zone. Our score, 28 for Lehman, 6 for Waynesfield. We'll be back right after this.
We knew that we could use Hometown Opportunity as an avenue to reach out to people, not just in this community, but across the state.
Hometown Opportunity was my saving grace, honestly.
We viewed it as a great resource for us to get the word out about our company.
I saw all the commercials, billboards, and I thought, just give it a shot, why not? And they offered me a photography job on the spot, which was thrilling because I've been searching for months.
The Hometown Opportunity website definitely makes that connection.
Denning will kick off. 11:53 to go here before halftime. 28-6 in a game, as we anticipated, would be dominated by Lehman. Cavaliers come into the game 5-1, winners of their last 5 in a 3-way tie in the Northwest Central Conference for first place with a 3-0 record. And Denning's kick is away, and Green will field it.
He's been a busy man tonight. And again, a decent job by number 88, Chase Green. He's had a couple nice returns. And the Tigers, their last possessions, last 3 or 4, have been really negative yards, almost net effect. They've had some drives where the sacks have really cost them some yardage and just not really been able to get anything consistently started, maybe the proper way to say it, and they're going to have their hands full here against a defense that really refocused itself after that first drive the Tigers put on them, and we'll see once again if they can step up to the challenge here and get a 3-and-out.
Miller leads them out of the huddle. He's the quarterback under center. Klinke and Rickel in the backfield. They're going to do a short screen, but it's going to be incomplete, or it's a loose ball, incomplete pass.
Well, defending it was Drew Barhorse. He kind of looked like he was coming in from the right side blitz, but then his responsibility was the receiver, and he floated back, and the ball actually hit him in the backside. Good job, though, of Barhorse being in there, not selling out, if you will, and getting a potential screenplay open to the left side or the near side towards us.
2nd down and 10 for Waynesfield. Football at the 33. They'll have 2 receivers to the left side. They'll work out of the I formation. Second man through is Rickel, and he'll get across the 35 to about the 34 before being pushed back by a host of Cavalier defenders, including number 75, Sam Young.
Rickel, when he first got the ball and the way he took off, it looked like he had a much larger opening, but the Cavalier defense did a nice job of collapsing, and still a decent yards there for Rickel, but it brings up an important 3rd and long, 3rd and 7.
3rd down and 7 as we approach 11 minutes, the 11-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, and they'll come out of the I again. Klinke, the fullback. Rickel, the guy. Miller's going to throw it. Almost intercepted right into the hands of number 50, Logan Richard. Wished he had that one over again, Jeff. That was right to him.
Sure he did. The important thing is, though, you'd like to have the interception, but he doesn't allow the completion, as the Tigers had a receiver that was kind of going down the slot there. And, you know, if Richard doesn't knock it down and it scoots by him, it's potentially a 1st down for the Tigers. Instead, you force the punt, and yes, Richard probably would have liked a pick 6 possibly, but more importantly, he does cause the incomplete pass.
That running punt, it'll be a fair catch by Lehman at the 34-yard line.
Coach Richard Roll in his 12th season at Lehman. Mentioned Lehman rolling this season so far, have some big games coming up. Their goal is to win the conference and then obviously make the state playoffs. They're currently ranked 3rd in the computer points that we talked about earlier, Dave. And Coach Richard Roll in his 12th season. They've made the playoffs 4 straight seasons under Coach Roll. Past 2 years, they've won 7 games, and 2 years prior to that, they've won 10 each. So they have a nice little 4-year stretch here. This now their 5th season where they put some wins together. Boy, get a
pass
hit.
is completed there by number
Cameron
number
Lee.
7. That's Cameron Lee, and boy,
he got stood up, but he kept hopping, and that led him kind of a sitting duck. He took a couple shots from the Tigers, but still managed to fall forward. We'll take another look at it here. Lee doesn't go down easily.
See Rickel, he grabs him. He's not going to let go. He gets another help, and somebody else hangs on by the ankle. Let's see.
Here's a case where he gets hit. But if I'm a defender, why not wrap him up and try to tackle instead of just, bust a guy up?
Here comes, that's Smith with the football, still on his feet, across the 30. He's going to go across the 20, open territory, and he's going to go all the way to the end zone. What a beautiful run.
50 yards.
Owen Smith. You kept waiting for him to go down, but he never did.
Yeah, strong run and just speed and strength, and they were able to overpower any type of arm tackle, but covered a lot of the field and ended up scoring down here to the right, a 50-yard run. He's had some big runs already. He's well over 100 yards, and none of that will count because there was a penalty.
Bring it back, yeah. Had a hold. Had the points on the board, too.
Well, they saw something we did not.
A great run.
It was still a great run. Maybe the penalty helped that break open, but he did a lot of his damage still down here near on the right side of the field. Didn't see the referee with the actual signal. Did you see it?
Yeah, I thought there was a
penalty on the Cavaliers.
So it's going to be 1st down and long for the Cavaliers. This is Gilardi. He'll keep it.
Nice tackle by Searson. He ankle tackled Gilardi, and just a short gain.
They'll make it about second down. We'll call it 13 for the Cavaliers.
You mentioned the struggles also that Waynesfield has had here recently. You did some research, and last time they made the playoffs was not too long ago, 2012, I believe. So they're just 5 or 6 seasons away from being in the playoffs. And a unique stat on that was what, Dave?
They had a losing record that year. If Waynesfield fans surely can recall that. And Smith will have the football on this one as he goes across the 50, and he'll have that first down. Took a look at some of the. Took a look at it. Goes back to the 2012 season, and when the Waynesfield Tigers went 4-7, and even though they finished the season with 4 straight losses, including a playoff loss at Lima Stadium to Ada 50-15, they had big wins right in the heart of that season in Mechanicsburg, Perry, and Fort Loramie, which got them enough computer points to make the playoffs. So.
Yeah, so that's 2012. This is 5 seasons later where they've kind of had some trouble past couple years. I mentioned a 24-game losing streak during that time. Got their first win this season against Ridgedale.
Gilardi in the pocket, throwing down the field for Lee, and it's incomplete. That'll stop the clock at 9:11.
I believe that's Gilardi's first incomplete pass of the game, and that ball was, I thought, actually nicely thrown. It would have been a tough catch, but again, it's thrown where the Tigers of Waynesfield can't get it, and only your man, in this case Cameron Lee, has a chance to go up and get it.
Lee at 6'4", nice receiver, nice athlete. As Gilardi will be under center as the Cavaliers work out of the eye. He's going to throw from the eye. He's going to roll right. He's being chased, and Klenke puts a hit on him, but a catch to Bunker, and Bunker will make it and take it in the end zone for his second touchdown reception of the game. And I'll tell you, Gilardi paid the price on that one because he got hit just as he threw the football.
Yeah, it was a legal hit, and there was a lot of contact. He ended up on the ground. Probably didn't see the catch at the end, but Bunker records his second receiving touchdown of the season. Back-to-back scores of 24 yards and 31 yards, Gilardi to Bunker.
Gilardi will hold as Dennings is ready to kick the extra point. Extra point is up, and it's good. And the score. Take a look at that touchdown pass again. You see Gilardi.
See, once you see where he gets hit at the end.
Boom. Pass, a little bit of a wobble. Bunker stays with it. Our score now, Lehman 35, Waynesfield 6.
Brand presence is everything. Is it time to create a video that promotes your business? NKTelco has the solution with NKT Productions. NKT Productions can create a national caliber commercial or video specifically to your business needs and demographics. Utilize NKTelco ad insertion and your video is made available to 6,000 plus subscribers in 8 local communities on 23 major networks. Take advantage of the overwhelming traffic that video gets. Visit nktelco.net for more information.
Denning will tee it up, and the Cavaliers 35-6 up on Waynesfield.
They've really performed offensively well and really defensively. You take away that first drive, we've mentioned probably enough about how Waynesfield came out and basically drove it down the field. But since that time, it's been total domination for Coach Richard Roll. His 12th season across the way for the Waynesfield Tigers. In his second season as Shane Wireman. Right now, Coach Roll's team, no trouble, and got to think there's a directional kick trying to maybe keep it away from Chase Green.
Chase Green's been the biggest weapon of the night for Waynesfield. Ball will go out of bounds.
A game like this probably is maybe the case even with their other recent blowout wins. One thing, it'll give you a chance to play some other guys. You know, your starters probably won't play the full amount, but also another score, and we're going to be up by more than 30, so the second half clock will run. We still have 9 minutes to go here, but even though, you know, you're winning big and you get some kids the chance to play, that second half goes pretty quick, so you lose some playing time. In this case, you know, Lehman doesn't get that extra time in there, but I think it's the right thing to do. I kind of like the 30-point rule. Just keeps the game moving and doesn't.
Well, for safety reasons, for one, it's great from that factor, and it's, you know.
Just it's a polite way of just getting the game moving.
Yep. And the rollout by Miller goes nowhere, and the football will be at the 30. That's a loss of 5 by the Tigers. So with 8:50 to go, clock is counting. There you see Miller. He's number 4. Evan Miller is a 6-foot sophomore. He's the quarterback.
Mentioned Waynesfield, 21 players I think I counted in uniform tonight. Saw a couple guys in jeans and shorts, so they've got a couple guys dinged up, but not a lot of numbers. Lehman, head count on this side looks like around 33, 34 players. A little bit more to kind of rest your players.
Miller's under pressure, and that's Bunker with the tackle and the sack. And
Bunker had some help, and he's one of those guys that play both ways, and he was helped there with Brandon Barhorse. They probably combined for half a sack each.
Take a look at the play again. Miller, Bunker just comes in almost untouched.
Yeah, maybe Bunker might get the whole sack, but Barhorse was there to make sure Miller did not get free.
Football goes back to about the 16-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 29 for Waynesfield. Play comes in from the sidelines. Receiver goes to the left side. Tigers will be working out of the I formation. Comes the pitch to Rickle, and he'll go across the 16, pick up maybe a yard or so. Stop there by number
5, Brandon Barhorse. One thing I do like this year, Dave, or maybe it was 2 years ago when I did some Lehman games, easier to see the numbers on the jerseys this year. They had some neat uniforms in the past with the, I don't know how you describe it, like bright, solid color on top that bled into a different color on the bottom. But for us, it was hard to see the numbers. Very well identified are the players tonight. Very easy to see the blue numbers on the yellow shirt.
Rickle's kick is away. Going to be fielded at the 50-yard line, midfield, and Lehman again will have great position.
All scoring drives, all their touchdown drives, basically every time they've touched the ball, they've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scoring drives, and they've all been very quick scores, and they've done it on the ground with Owen Smith. A rushing touchdown, Gilardi a rushing touchdown, and then 3 touchdown passes by Gilardi, 1 to Lee and 2 to Bunker, have accounted for the scores so far here in the first half.
Smith with the football, and he'll go across the 35 and has the first down and a gain of 15 yards.
Take another look at it here on your replay, and Smith, who's, again, the bulk of the carries he gets, he came in with just under 100 attempts on the season, averaging 142 yards of offense on the ground. As a team, Lehman's rushing for just under 300, so they do most of their offensive work on the ground, and Gilardi is
on his way.
A nice run here as well.
At the 10, cuts inside to the 5, and he'll dive forward to the 2-yard line. So the Cavaliers, he'll go out of bounds, stopping the clock at 6:14. So a nice run by Gilardi, a nice, boy, the offensive line just excellent blocking, but we've got a penalty on the play.
So that'll bring another big run back. We've already seen 1 touchdown run by Owen Smith, brought back a nice, impressive long-distance run, but Lehman has been able to overcome those penalties, and we'll have to do it again here following the, evidently looks like that's a big one, Dave, 15-yard.
Yep.
Hold, or I did not, again, did I miss it, or I did not see the linesman or the referee. Of course, I wasn't really watching it. I didn't see the marker, but it's back. Yeah, it must have been a hold because that's more than 15 yards. So it was holding penalties are marked off from the spot of the foul.
That'd be a timeout taken by Waynesfield with 6:12 to go. We'll take a break as well. Lehman 35, Waynesfield 6. We'll be back right after this.
For over 27 years, the knowledgeable, reliable, and experienced staff at Lamb's Insurance Agency has been providing superior auto and home insurance to the people of West Central Ohio and Indiana. The team's understanding of the agricultural community and farming operations is second to none. We support the local communities because we are, well, local. If you are looking for excellent claim service, stop by or call today for your quote. Lamb's Insurance Agency, representing Ohio Mutual Insurance Group.
At 21st Century Kitchens, we know that every home has a style to go with it. From first-time homebuyers, to families with the pitter-patter of little feet, to teenagers taking over the kitchen, 21st Century has what you want, customizing the style, layout, and price point to fit your budget. Kitchens by Craftmade and quality cabinets, countertops by Wilson Art and Cambria, along with availability of granite, marble, and wood.
See what's in store behind the yellow door for your 21st Century Kitchen.
Cavaliers with the football, and Smith will get it to the right side. He'll move to about the 40-yard line as Rickle with the tackle. I tell you, Rickle's all over the place. He's in a lot of tackles, in a lot of rushes.
He's going to be wore out by the time the game's over. Again, he's called upon to try to do a lot.
He's only a sophomore, so a lot of playing time for the young man. 35-6 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Gilardi, he's at midfield, rolling to his left. He's under pressure. Clanky on him, sets his feet, throws it downfield, wide open. That's Bunker, and Bunker is going to go in for the score.
Hat trick for Bunker. And again, I think these are his first 3 receiving touchdowns of the season. That time just some breakdown and coverage as they could not keep up with Bunker. He found an open space. Gilardi's able to shield off the defenders and get a nice accurate throw to the big number 99.
They put some good pressure on Gilardi. He rolled out to his left, missed the tackle, set himself, and found Bunker wide open inside the 10, and that's another touchdown for Lehman. Gilardi with the hold, Dennings with the kick, and it's good again. And the score continues to march on for the Cavaliers. Lehman 42, Waynesfield 6. Take another look at this pass reception from Gilardi to Bunker. There you see Clanky with a miss. Gilardi downfield, and Bunker at the 15 in the end zone.
Take your game day party to the next level with a new TV and Sonos sound system from Fowler's TV in St. Mary's. A Sonos sound system takes all the action into every room of your home and outdoors. Break your home into zones and control the content and level right from your phone or tablet, enabling you to enjoy the game, or not, with the touch of a finger. Add a security camera system connected to your TV from Fowler's, and never leave another friend stuck outside in the cold. Fowler's TV, taking game day to the next level.
Dennings will kick it off with 5:22 to go here in the first half of football from Alexander Stadium in Piqua. Chase Green deep for the Tigers. He's standing at the 5-yard line. Nice kick. Here comes Green across the 15. Penalty marker on the play. Knocked out of bounds at about the 27, but there is a flag on the play. At about the 41-yard line.
Still kind of waiting to see what's going on here, and we'll it's like
like it's a hold.
Unfortunately for the Tigers, they're going to be pushed back farther or closer to their own end zone.
First down on the 17.
So the football will be marked at the 17, 1st and 10 for Waynesfield.
Mentioned earlier, the Lehman Cavaliers in Division 7, Region 28 are ranked 3rd in the computer points. Alongside them is still a foe they have not played yet this season is their conference rival Riverside at number 6. So 2 NWCC schools ranked in that Region 28 bracket, if you will. And the top 8 make the playoffs. The top 4 get home games. As I'm looking down my schedule here after tonight against Waynesfield, Lehman will go to Upper Side of the Valley next week. Then they're at home with Perry, and I believe we have that game.
Yep.
And that game, my understanding, will be at Sydney. And then they have Perry, and then finish at Riverside. So taking care of business right now, but they're going to have some, they got some maybe stiffer bigger competition. Some foes are going to have to really bring their A game to, and if they want to win the NWCC, and a loss might even knock them out. It just depends, but right now sitting pretty nicely at 3rd, which would guarantee them a home game. A lot of football left to go, though.
And that last game of the season could really be a huge game. Could have all sorts of playoff implications.
Yeah.
Could be the game. Could be a possibility of the game for the league title.
Riverside and Perry, right now they are tied, as you mentioned, 3 teams in the NWCC. Lehman Catholic, Riverside, Perry, all 3-0. Riverside 4-2 overall, Perry 3-3 overall. And you even look at Upper Side of the Valley, they're 2-1 in league play, and that's an opponent coming up yet. So, they got maybe the thicker part of the schedule coming up yet to play. So taking care of business tonight, and that's what they need to do.
And Upper Side of the Valley was the team last year that was in the playoffs before they lost to Minster. Take a look at this one, and boy, all sorts of pressure. Bunker chasing Miller down, and also in on the stop there, number 40, Braden Sherman for the Cavaliers. So that's a big loss. It'll be back to the 19-yard line, as Rickle will stand at his 5-yard line to kick it away.
He touched someone that time.
He down there that time by number 11, Gabriel James, and James will down it just in Waynesfield territory.
Yeah, just to clarify, maybe I read this wrong. Upper Side of Valley, next opponent next week. That is at Upper Side of Valley. Then they come back home. The Cavaliers due to play Perry, which NKTelco will have that game, and then they finish up with Riverside at Riverside.
A reminder that all junior high athletes.
So some big games left. This is week number 7. And for the most part, Dave, another beautiful night for football.
Got a timeout by Waynesfield. We'll keep it right here and remind you that tonight's game is brought to you by Moran's Refrigeration, Cy Schwieterman, Minster Bank, Schwieterman's Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental, West Staff, Hometown Opportunity, Lamb's Insurance Agency, 21st Century Kitchens, American Trim, Upper Valley Career Center, Fowler's TV, German Farmers, Francis Furniture, Grand Lake Health, NKT Productions, and NKTelco Sports bring you tonight's game between Waynesfield and Lehman. NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are also pleased to bring you replays of high school boys football on Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503, Friday, October the 6th at 11 p.m., Tuesday, October the 10th at 7 p.m., and you can also watch the games on demand at nktelco.net. Story of the first half is Smith, and he's got the football. He's across the 20, and it's a foot race, and he's going to find the end zone.
47 yards.
For yet another Lehman touchdown, their 7th of the half.
Well, he had a 50-yard touchdown called back due to a penalty. This time he's able to go 47 yards on his own to get his second rushing touchdown of the game.
So the Cavaliers go up big over Waynesfield, 48-6 with the extra point coming up. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is good as well. Take a look at that one more time as you'll see Smith on the run, a beautiful run. Our score, Lehman 49, Waynesfield 6. We'll return right after this.
When I took over this farm from my dad, I knew our future success required making major changes in our operations. That meant adding acreage, more and bigger equipment, investing in powerful technology, hiring employees. We even started a seed business. Fortunately, working together with Grinnell Mutual and my local farm mutual, my agent was able to cover everything. I call that progress.
Lehman has totally dominated Waynesfield in the first half of play, and if you've been with us the entire first half, you know it didn't quite start this way, as Waynesfield had a nice drive in their opening series and took a 6-0 lead, but Lehman quickly bounces back. They've scored every time they've had the football and have a commanding 49-6 lead as we approach halftime here at Alexander Stadium in Piqua.
When you mentioned it didn't take that much time, their scoring drives have been very efficient, very few plays on those drives. They've some big plays and quick scores here against the Tigers. And just looking at some of the scores going on right now, we mentioned the next game is against Upper Saddle Valley. They are currently getting beat tonight. Upper is at Riverside 19-0. So the Riverside Pirates, one of those teams we mentioned, tied with Lehman for the lead. Right now, they are taking care of business against Upper, next week's opponent, 19-0, and that game is at Riverside. Prairie Commodores also on top, 21-6, so they're looking, they're playing Ridgemont, who is winless in conference and winless on the season. So right now, Perry's also winning. You would expect them to carry that out tonight, and both those teams would keep their unbeaten streak in the conference alive. So we'll go into Week 8 with 3 teams in the NWCC that are undefeated.
That's going to set up a heck of a league finish.
Weeks 8, 9, and 10 should be very interesting.
Have their own playoffs in a way. Green with the carry. He'll get the football to about the 37. Take a look at that one again. Pitch. Here comes Green to the left side. Gets the football to about the 37, so it'll be 2nd down and 6, pick up a 4 yards.
Fumble. I think it
loose
bounced.
Football. And that's going to be recovered by the Cavaliers.
Fumble recovered by the Cavaliers.
The first turnover of the game, so again, short field position for now the Cavaliers offense, as they're going to try to get one more score on the board before halftime. Plenty of time with the way they've scored here in the first half. That's enough time. You take another look at, though.
Take a look at it. Miller on the pitch. And
if anything, probably trying to get his eyes up, Dave, and felt the pressure of the Cavaliers. They've been in the backfield a lot tonight. So those slow tosses sometimes, you know, receivers or running backs in this case want to get the ball and go, and sometimes they can't get it quick enough. One, they need to catch it, and two, they need to make sure they don't get, you know, hit. So unfortunate for the Tigers.
Procedure call against Lehman.
Mentioned Coach Richard Roll in his 12th season. His assistant coaches include Tom Franz, Dwayne Rowley, Dustin Snow, Ed McFarland, Kent Witt, Bill Zimmerman, and Dan Jacob. Those guys have had a lot to do with the success of this program. And again, here in recent years, Dave, they've put together some good wins. They've had back-to-back 7-win seasons, and before that, 2 10-win seasons. And all 4 of those years, they've made the playoffs. And a win tonight would give them their 6th win.
So we're back here live. As you saw Gilardi with the pickup, it's 2nd down and 8. He picked up 2 yards. Lehman will have 2 receivers to the right side. Gilardi will hand off in the backfield, and they'll move towards the 25-yard line. Barrera with the carry. First carry of the night for him.
Boy, a quick look through the program here. You talk about the assistant coaches. Coach Roll's been on staff 12 years. Kent Witt, which is the assistant head coach, he has 14 years of experience. Bill Zimmerman is in his 12th year as a quarterbacks coach. Tom France has been around for 19 seasons. Dan Jacob, a 2008 graduate of Lehman, is back helping his alma mater. So you just mentioned some of those guys. There's a lot of years piled up with those that I could see here quickly that have donated or you put their time in.
Football, it's 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers as they go to the left side, and it's going to get to about the 9, and that's Brandon Barhorst, number 5, with a carry. Clock is counting down, as you can see. Gilardi, low snap. He'll look to the right side. Quick toss. Barhorst, end zone, touchdown. 7.5 seconds left. Brandon Barhorst, 5'10" senior, and the bell rings for the Cavaliers as they go up 55-6.
A lot of different receivers getting into the action. He's got a lot of weapons to pick from, and plus can run it himself, and they've been very crisp on offense this evening.
Kick is up, and it's good. And our score, Lehman 56, Waynesfield 6. You'll see the touchdown pass from Gilardi to Brandon Barhorst as Barhorst finds the end zone.
NKTelco Sports. More than 140 local high school and college games. Football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, and soccer. Support your local team with NKTelco Sports and promote your business to 250,000 households in Northwest Ohio. Call 1-888-NKTelco and get in the game.
Dennings will kick it off one more time here in the first half. 7.5 seconds to go, and game dominated by Lehman. 56-50 or 56-6 with 7.5 seconds to go. As Dennings will tee it up, and that's 7.5 seconds to go before halftime. Kick is away. Green will field it at the 5. They got James, number 11, Gabriel James. He'll get it up to about the 25, and that's going to be the end of the first half of play. Our score, Lehman 56, Waynesfield 6, and we'll be back right after this.
The big game is right around the corner. Are you ready for it? Come into Francis Furniture and find the right fit for you and your friends in our Lazy Boy Comfort Studio. With Lazy Boy Premier sofa and sectionals, you can custom order a look that's just your style. Choose from hundreds of decorator fabrics or choose genuine leather for its luxurious feel and durability. Come into Francis Furniture today, the area's only Lazy Boy Comfort Studio.
At Joint Township District Memorial Hospital, your comfort and care is our #1 priority. Our surgical nerve blocks are a great way to reduce pain and can be used for arm, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, and foot surgeries. The nerve blocks decrease the stress of surgery on your body, requires less anesthesia and pain medications, and in many cases can offer relief for several days. Visit grandlakehealth.org for details on all of our services.
First half score is not an illusion. It's 56-6. Lehman with the lead, and means in the second half that the clock is going to roll pretty quick, and it's been all Lehman after what was surprising. The Tigers of Waynesfield came out, put a nice drive together, went up 6-0, and boy, it's been downhill ever since, Jeff.
Yeah, that's 56 unanswered by the Cavaliers. You mentioned the Waynesfield opening score, 26-yard pass from Miller to Lambert. Kick, conversion, I should say, failed 8. Led 6-0, and that drive took almost 5 minutes. They scored at the 7:33 mark of the first quarter, and then Lehman took over, and about 3 successive drives they had in the first quarter, all resulting in touchdowns, all in 3 plays. Owen Smith, a 7-yard run, Gilardi, a 9-yard run, and Gilardi to Lee for a 10-yard pass. And quickly it was 21-6. They went on to get a second quarter scores with Gilardi hitting Bunker 3 times for 24, 31, and 40 yards for touchdown scores. Owen Smith added a 47-yard touchdown run. And just before half, Brandon Barhorse received a 10-yard pass from Gilardi to make it 56-6.
Waynesfield will have the ball to start the third quarter of play. And the football is going to be at the 15-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. See what happens here to start the second half of play. We're talking about a little bit about halftime, and you know, what do you do as a coach when you find yourself so far down, Jeff? What do you tell your team?
Well, Waynesfield, you just got to keep it positive. I mean, it's boys against men a little bit here, with only a few numbers to pick from, and sometimes size and strength just are going to win no matter what. And you keep your head up and you go out and you compete. You play the game fairly, squarely, and you don't take cheap shots, and you go on and you learn from it. And it is what it is. There's nothing you can do. You play the teams you're scheduled, and right now Waynesfield is trying to, they're looking uphill, but they continue to go after it out here, and right now they're just being handled, if you will, by the Lehman Cavalier football squad that's just physically dominant in most of the positions on the field.
Dustin Klenke, number 34, picks up a first down for Waynesfield. 6'1", 240-pound fullback, a senior. As Waynesfield will work out of the I formation with running back in motion to the right. And Klenke will go straight ahead again and pick up some good yardage.
Probably most of all, it's a game. It's the most important thing. It's a game. There's a lot bigger obstacles in life than this, but it's fun, and you try to compete, and you play the game. Someone's going to win, someone's going to lose.
And it's a good time that the clock is running as well too. Miller under center. He's Waynesfield's quarterback. Going to toss a short pitch out to Lampert. The pass is going to be a little bit short, and that'll be incomplete. Lampert, of course, caught the 26-yard touchdown pass from Miller in the first quarter, which seems like a long, long time ago, as it's now 2nd down and 5.
And I'm sure looking at the scores of previous Lehman Catholic games, they have been in this situation often in the second half, winning 63-0 last week at Hardin Northern, defeating Elgin 55-8. And then before that, Ridgemont 62-8 winners, or 62-8. So they've been in these situations again. With the second half will move along pretty rapidly.
James with the carry, and number 50, Young with, Logan Richard with the stop. Lehman linebacker makes it 4th down and 6. Back deep for the Cavaliers is Drew Barhorst. And it's a short punt. It's going to go dead at the roll to the 29. Nice roll. And
that time they got a nice kick. A few times tonight when he's had that rugby-style running kick, it seems like the ball would keep skipping and almost went backwards. This time, Lehman doesn't field it. Yeah, and they get another 15-plus yards on the roll. So
the football will be at the Lehman 29-yard line. Gilardi. He's going to pitch it to Smith. He'll
Pretty
go
quick.
around the corner, and he's off to the races. And Smith is going to go the distance. Owen Smith, and makes that one look real easy as he took the pitch to the right side, and the bell tolls for Lehman one more time.
I believe 71 yards for Owen Smith. And just a lot of speed, and no one had a good angle. And once he got around the corner, strictly a foot race, and he was able to win the battle.
Smith will even snap the football here on the extra points as Gilardi will hold and Dennings will kick. Dennings' kick is up. It's good, and it's Lehman 63, Waynesfield 6. Take a look at this beautiful run on the pitch from Gilardi by Smith as he turns the corner and goes 71 yards for a touchdown.
Moran Refrigeration in St. Mary's is celebrating 70 years in business. We are committed to offering you top name brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid, Samsung, Fisher & Paykel, and Speed Queen. Come in and experience the one-on-one personal service that you won't get from big box stores. Our delivery and installation specialists will assure you that your purchases arrive safely and are installed properly. Moran Refrigeration, exceeding your expectations.
Lehman will kick it off as the Cavaliers start the second half, just as they ended the first half with a touchdown. Nice run by Smith as Dennings will tee it up at the 40.
Denning remains perfect tonight on his point after touchdown, 7 out of 7. Alluded to that high accuracy he has coming in. I think 35 out of 37 coming into tonight's game.
Waynesfield will pick the football up at the 15, and Lehman's defense converges, and once again Lehman have the Tigers back within the 20-yard line. They'll mark it at about the 18, so it's 1st and 10 for Waynesfield. $7:20 to go here in the third quarter of play. Klenke in the backfield with James. Chase James will be in the I. Klenke will be the fullback. Miller under center. Klenke will go forward. He'll go to about the 22-yard line. Gain of about 3. So we'll call it second down. We'll pick up of 2 yards, call it second down and 8.
Just an update with we talked about the three-way tie for the Northwest Conference with Lehman, Riverside, and Perry. Those teams tonight currently winning. Riverside maintains a 19-0 lead over Upper Saddle Valley. And Perry is on top of Ridgemont, 29-6. So we are here in week 7. The top leaders all appear to be winning or will win tonight. So they will go to week 8 with the top 3 NWCC teams undefeated in conference play. And Lehman will finish the season playing those 2 teams. And with Upper next week, who's currently in second, they're getting beat, but then they will finish the season at home with Perry and then on the road at Riverside. As we mentioned, too, in the first half, those will be some big games and possible, almost playoff games, because if you lose, you might be out of week 11, and if you win, you're probably in for week 11.
Miller calls the signals. He'll pitch it to James, and James is met by a host of Lehman tacklers.
Brandon Barhorse with a tackle, and the defense again has been very solid. You take away that first possession, and the stat line offensively for the Tigers will probably be very, very small. Not a lot of offense has been gained by the Tigers since that first initial drive. And that drive really wasn't so far. Remember, it started with a good run back to the 45, so they only had to go 55 yards for the score. And I don't know if they've probably earned 55 yards together since that opening drive. So good defense by the Cavaliers.
And the rugby-style kick will come down at the Waynesfield 48. It'll be down there, and Lehman will have the football. 1st and 10. They'll be in great field position here once again for the Cavaliers. It'll be marked at the 48, so it's 1st and 10 Lehman. 63-6 our score on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard as the clock counts down. 4.5 minutes to go.
And Gilardi has come out of the game, so a new quarterback in for the Cavaliers. Good afternoon or good night. A good evening, I should say, for number 10, Elliot Gilardi, as he will.
Looks like Lee is going to be in at quarterback. And he takes the first play and runs it down to the 15. Cameron Lee, a very good athlete.
Just his 3rd rushing attempt on the season. He's played a little quarterback. He's only thrown 4 passes and only rushed the ball now for his 3rd time. And as you see another replay of it here, the finishing efforts from Cam Lee, senior now playing quarterback. 6'4", 215. That's a physical specimen there in the backfield, and that one goes through his hands.
He'll pick up the snap and try and get it back across the 20 and lunges forward to about the 17.
Other than a penalty, probably one of the only times tonight where the Cavaliers have lost yards on a snap. I can remember about 1 incomplete pass tonight. Everything else has been plus yardage, other than a couple penalties they've had called against them.
Lee will take the snap. Calls the signals. He'll keep it after the fake to Barhorst. He'll go still on his feet. He'll get to about the 1 yard line.
13-yard pickup, and he didn't score, but he's down now at 1st and goal and gets up a little gingerly, and last thing you want to see is an injury, but he appears that he'll walk that off and stay in the game.
Get the signal from the sideline for the play, and let's see what the Cavaliers do. And into the end zone go the Cavaliers. It's number 28. Tyler Salmon, 5'10", sophomore running back. And Tyler finds the end zone, and it's a touchdown for Lehman as they'll try the extra point. Dennings will try and convert yet another extra point here. Alexander Stadium in Piqua, the site of tonight's game between Lehman and Waynesfield. Kick is up, and it's good. Our score with 2:13 to go in the 3rd quarter play. Lehman 70, Waynesfield Goshen 6. Take a look at the touchdown run by Salmon. We'll be back right after this.
Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield, why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Schwiederman Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the surface, allowing you to grow stronger, healthier plants that root deeper, that are more resilient to the elements, that enable longer growing seasons, and can produce higher results in the fields and in your pocket. Trust CSI, your drainage experts since 1946.
Lehman about to go to 6-1 on the season overall, and They're with a commanding 70-6 lead as we're nearing the end of the third quarter of play as Waynesfield goes back into to receive the kickoff from Dennings.
Well, Denning has had a good night again. We talked about the kicking and been very solid. There's been no doubters. He's 10 for 10 tonight. And hopefully that streak continues for him as appears to have a very strong leg, just a junior. So, you don't see a lot of field goal kicking, so to speak. And although you told me on the way down, you know of was it here where that long kick was at, the 40?
No, that was at Salina.
Okay.
The punt was here.
Okay, the punt was here. Dave and I were talking on the way down about a St. Mary's Salina game that his son was involved with, and St. Mary's desperation play, if you will, at the end of the game, kicked a 42-yard field goal. You just don't see lengthy, 42 yards is a good kick, and you just don't see that often in high school.
Yeah, I think everybody was surprised at that time. Of course, the memories of this stadium are great. Several playoff games that you see here, and always seemed like it was a bad weather night or something like that. And tonight's just a beautiful night for football, and there hasn't been very many first 7 weeks of the season. Everything's been
pretty pleasant.
Pretty pleasant, really, yeah.
Don't have those lightning delays where you're finishing games at midnight or Saturday morning. It's been really a beautiful season so far for, not only playing but also spectating, broadcasting, etc. It's been more enjoyable when the weather is cooperative than when it's not. At least up here for Ohio. Now, the weather's been nasty to other places, but just not here in Ohio where we play.
Yeah, everybody tonight, you keep an eye on the scoreboard. When you get to the 7th week, you get good weather like this, and you're looking at all the scores in the areas. The championship and the league races and the computer playoffs all begin to take shape, and every game and every win becomes very important for a lot of those teams, of course. So there's teams though that are out of it, and it's trying to get ready for next year and trying to play a little bit for pride and try to get better and make improvements as the week goes on with maybe some younger players, and a lot of different things start to happen at this time of year. Clock's going to wind down, and the third quarter is going to be over. Our score, Lehman 70 and Waynesfield Goshen 6, and we'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
Clock starts at 12 minutes, and it's going to be a running clock as Waynesfield has the football. And Miller will hand it off to James, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, perhaps. We'll have to see where they mark it.
Actually, Chase Green, or was that?
Or Green,
James?
yeah. It was Chase Green.
88?
Yes, 88, Green. So that'll be at the 36. Looks like a gain of a yard. So that'll make it 3rd down and 9. Miller under center. Going to try and toss it there. Pass is completed. Nice catch there by number 87 for the Tigers. And that's Tanner Hurley. Hurley with the catch.
First down for the Tigers into Cavalier side of the field. So good throw, good catch. Nice move there by Hurley to kind of cut in front of the defender and get himself back in position to make the catch.
And Miller will fall on it as snap was a little low, and wisely he falls on it, but it puts him back into their own territory at the 49. So loss of 6. That'll make it 2nd down and 16. Sargent, number 77, Seth Sargent, comes out of the game for the Cavaliers.
Ethan Fote, number 55, a 6'3", 160-pound freshman, went in for Sargent.
Here comes Klinke. Still on his feet. He's got some running room. He'll go into the 20 and into the end zone. And he walked the tightrope, and he's in the end zone, and the Tigers are on the board. 9:32 to go.
A nice run by Klinke, and we'll probably get another look at it. Look, he kind of banged off some guys in the middle and then found some room on the outside, but good strong run and took some contact, stayed in bounds.
So Waynesfield's on the board here in the second half. First time since early in the game as they'll go for 2 points. Klinke in the backfield.
Hands on his knees. He's probably still tired from running 70 or 49 yards. Oh, nice.
Nice extra point attempt. Miller puts it right on the money. A beautifully well-executed play by the Tigers.
I believe on the receiving end was Hurley.
Hurley makes the catch, and our score now is Lehman 70 and Waynesfield 14. As you take a look at the big run by Klinke, he gets some momentum, and he finds the end zone along the sideline.
Version, nice throw by Miller and a good catch by Hurley.
NKTelco, a small-town company with a big focus on customer service. We build business the old-fashioned way.
Trust us to be your internet provider.
Trust us to help you find the right cable package for your viewing needs.
Trust us to answer your questions any time of the day.
Trust NKTelco to be on call. Deliver and make sure your service is tailored to meet your needs.
We serve commercial and residential customers to meet their communication needs. Trust us at NKTelco.
Well, good news for Waynesfield Goshen as the Tigers get a nice run from Klinke, and they go on the scoreboard for the second time tonight. 9:32 to play in this contest, but Lehman's up by a bunch. It's 70-14. Kick is away. It's going to bound at about the 30, and on the return up across midfield. So Lehman will have it at midfield. That's where they'll start.
Last drive, number 7 for the Cavaliers, Cameron Lee, was in at quarterback. He had replaced Gilardi. And Lee had a couple nice runs before Tyler Salmon cashed it in from a yard out for the last Lehman touchdown, an injury on the field.
So we've got to stop in the action. We'll keep it right here, though, and we'll remind you that tonight's game is being brought to you by Moran's Refrigeration, Cy Schwieterman, Minster Bank, Schwieterman's Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental, West Staff, Hometown Opportunity, Lamb's Insurance Agency, 21st Century Kitchens, American Trim, Upper Valley Career Center, Fowler's TV, German Farmers Insurance, Francis Furniture, Grand Lake Health, NKT Productions, and NKTelco Sports all bring you tonight's game between Waynesfield Goshen and Lehman Catholic. NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of high school boys football on Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. Friday, October the 6th at 11 p.m. and Tuesday, October 10th at 7 p.m. And you can also watch the games on demand at NKTelco.net. Lehman will have the football as they'll roll right. Pass is completed. Still on his feet, and he'll go across the 35 as got some newcomers into the Lehman lineup. Pass completed there by Bertini.
And he hooked up with Noah Young. So sophomore to sophomore, classmates there. A nice pass and catch. Good run by Nathan Young to gain a few more yards after the catch.
And the football's at the 34-yard line.
Bertini, I believe this is his first action at quarterback, his first pass completion to Solomon.
He's going to find the end zone.
He scored his first touchdown the last drive of the season, give him his second, a 34-yard run.
Tyler Solomon, the sophomore, finds the end zone again. He's got some great speed for a youngster. He got outside and outraced everybody for the end zone.
And that drive, it was all sophomores. You got the quarterback was Bertini. The first catch was by Young. He's a sophomore. And then finishing off was number 28, Tyler Solomon. All those three guys are sophomores. Getting some varsity action and putting some points on the board for their team.
Here comes the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up. It's good. And our score, Lehman 77, Waynesfield 14. Take another look at the running play by Tyler Solomon, the young sophomore for the Cavaliers.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Tyler Solomon with the nice run for Lehman. Puts them in the end zone again.
Well, you got some fresher bodies, although younger, still fresher and pretty quick. And going against the Waynesfield defense has been out there quite a bit tonight, doing a lot of chasing themselves and a little wore out. And the sophomores in that drive able to take advantage of that and, again, put some points on the board, get some confidence, and play some varsity action again under a beautiful night for football here at Alexander Stadium in Piqua, Ohio.
Bertini will kick it away. Fielded by Waynesfield at the 20 and moving it forward, number 87, Tanner Hurley, who caught the touchdown pass. And
he caught the conversion.
Or caught the conversion, thank you. And that'll make it 1st and 10 for Waynesfield. Hurley is a 6'2", 250-pound senior. Tight end and D lineman. Football resting at the 30-yard line as the Tigers get their players squared away as Miller gives them the signal. And we have
equipment problem.
Equipment.
So they'll stop the game to make sure the helmet's correct, and one of the few times the clock will stop.
Looks like number 34 adjusting his helmet. That's Dustin Klinke.
Had a nice run their last possession, 49 yards for the touchdown. Showed some nice ability to start in and pop it out, and even a little bit of balance near the end zone where he was touched and able to maintain his balance and put the ball in the end zone for the second Waynesfield touchdown of the game.
Two receivers to the right side. Miller calls the signals. He'll get it to the second back. He'll move forward and across the 35 to up near the 37-yard line.
Searson the ball carrier. And one thing, Dave, even with the score being lopsided, one thing we've only seen one time tonight, and you maybe would expect it to be more, is only one turnover in the game, and that was a fumble by the Tigers. And you would think with concentration, like you said, you're behind, you're getting beat, that sometimes that your focus on controlling the ball would slip, and you get popped and cough it up. And really, they've done a nice job of hanging on to it. You know, and it's tough to, you know, and these guys, most of them are playing both ways, so I'm sure fatigue part of this, and for the most part, done a nice job controlling the ball. No block kicks. They've done a nice job, you know, number of their punts. They've had nothing get blocked, and they've held on to the ball for the most part.
Searson will get across or get up to the 40-yard line. So that'll make it, that'll be a first down. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. So they'll keep possession of the football. Lampert, he'll bring the play into Miller. There you see the Lehman defense, and as we noted, it's full of newcomers and sophomores seeing some action.
In a day before they had prescription turf, such as what we have here at Piqua, it was a little bit easier to see, as there's another good run by
Klenke. He's powering forward. He'll go out of bounds.
And shots like that years ago, before this prescription turf was put in, you could tell the younger kids, because their uniforms were so clean late in the game, and everybody else that was upperclassmen, if you will, or played mostly, had, you know, grass stains and dirt on their jersey. Now everything's nice and clean. You see another good run here by Klinking, very similar to the one he scored on the 49-yard touchdown run, but this time the Cavaliers able to get a couple bodies on him and knock him out of bounds.
Number 89, Noah Young, one of the two Lehman tacklers on the play.
And he tackled and took the force, if you will, from Klinke, as Klinke landed right on top.
So it's 1st and 10 at the 35. Oop, and the pitch intended for Searson goes wild, but Searson will recover it, but away back at the 47-yard line. And
well, I mentioned what a nice job they did of maintaining possession, but that was the same type of play, Dave, where they lost it the first time. The pitch this time was pretty crisp. It went just out of his reach. It was pretty strong. Before, it was such a soft touch that the running back just never got a grip on it. So there's twice now that they've, you know, put it on the ground, and this time, though, they're able to recover.
Football now goes back to the 47-yard line of Lehman, making it 2nd down and 22 for Waynesfield.
Yeah, actually, I think they've done it 3 times now that I think about it. They fumbled on their own side of the field, and Lehman recovered. But nonetheless, you'd think sometimes there might be more of those types of turnovers with the score the way it is, but able to hold on for this one for right now. And Klinke, another.
He'll take the pitch this time. And
he's a good burst of speed and a large target to put your body in front. 6'1", 240. That's a lot of player, if you will, to tackle when he's coming at you straight on.
So he picked up about 9 on the play. That'll make it 3rd down and 13. And there you see the moon. Isn't that peaceful? 2:39 to go and the clock is counting.
A pleasant night. I mean, like you said, no rain. There's all these 7 weeks of football. It's been pretty good weather. Not a lot of wind. Just pretty much equal playing field, if you will, for all involved.
Klenke with the carry, and Young with the stop, as well as number 34, John Wessner, in on the tackle. Let's take a look at that one again. Number 89 with the stop, and a little help from Wessner. 89, of course, is Noah Young.
Tackled him up high around the shoulders and able to still muscle him down to the ground.
Makes it 4th down and 8.
Gonna have to hustle to get this play off before the play clock winds up. It's down to 5.
Miller under center. He'll give it straight ahead to Klenke. Powers forward.
Won't be enough for the first down.
So that means Lehman will get the football one more time as the clock continues to march down, and would think that we just take a couple of knees here and we call it a night maybe.
R.J. Bertini back on the field. He was a quarterback the last touchdown drive. He had a nice pass to his classmate Noah Young, and then classmate Tyler Salmon, finished it off. And it appears as they will do just what you said.
In the victory formation, as they like to say. Take the knee. Places the football back to the 23, and now we move on to week 8 as the Cavaliers go to 6-1 overall, as Waynesfield goes to 1-6.
In week 8 for the Cavaliers, again, they'll go to Upper Sauter Valley and face the Rams, who were getting beat tonight by Riverside. And following that Upper Sauter Valley game, they'll come home and face Perry on October 20th for their last regular season home game, and then go on the road to finish week 10 at Riverside. And if all works out well, they finish in the top 4. They could have a home playoff game week 11.
That'd be something for the Cavaliers, wouldn't it? Heck of a way to...
It'd be fifth straight year at least making the playoffs, and a home game would be special.
So this game is history as the two teams begin to congratulate each other as the clock winds down. Our final score, Lehman 77, Waynesfield Goshen 14. We'll be back with our recap right after this.
We'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Minster Dental Care continues to offer advanced dental technology in a state-of-the-art facility. Our professional team offers experience in general dentistry and orthodontics, including services such as CEREC and wireline orthodontics. Board-certified pediatric dentist Dr. Philip Slonkowski ensures our littlest patients have a positive, safe, and a comfortable experience. We are unconditionally committed to excellence in everything we do.
As a business owner, do you find yourself reviewing too many applications, or are you the job seeker filling out dozens of applications in an attempt to find employment? West Staff has been bridging the gap between employers and employees since 1988. Jobs range from manufacturing and clerical to specialized fields such as quality control and engineering. West Staff has the ability to operate as your company's entire HR department or simply payroll employees on an attempt to hire basis. West Staff, your partner in business.
We knew that we could use Hometown Opportunity as an avenue to reach out to people, not just in this community, but across the state.
Hometown Opportunity was my saving grace, honestly.
We viewed it as a great resource for us to get the word out about our company.
I saw all the commercials, billboards, and I thought, just give it a shot, why not? And they offered me a photography job on the spot, which was thrilling because I've been searching for months.
The Hometown Opportunity website definitely makes that connection.
Welcome back to Alexander Stadium in Piqua, where the Lehman Cavaliers go to 6-1 overall, while Waynesfield Goshen falls to 1-6. Not unexpected, the outcome of tonight's game. I guess the way the game started tonight, Waynesfield Goshen with a nice opening drive in the first quarter, a nice 26-yard touchdown pass from Miller to Lampert to put them up front. But after that, it was all Sidney Lehman.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest surprise of the evening. I never would have, you came in, you knew Lehman had a better record, better stats, really felt like they were better in a lot of positions on the football field, and to see Waynesfield, the decided underdogs, come out here and make some big plays on 3rd and long and a 4th and long and score a touchdown. I mean, hats off to them. I mean, they came in nothing to lose. They came out and made a statement. Unfortunately, the game is 48 minutes long, and although they dominated for the first 5 minutes, after that the Cavaliers took over and just did it any which way they wanted, on the ground, through the air. The defense played much better after that first series, and just a dominating win by the Cavaliers, and rightfully kind of doing what they needed to do, and that's dominate.
Yeah, they took took care of business here tonight with, a tremendous offensive outburst of 77 points. Probably got to go back and look at school records and some things like that. Just a great night for the Cavaliers, really.
It was, and unfortunately, you can't take any of those points over to the next week's game. But you're giving kids a chance to play. They didn't do anything, dirty or rub it in. They played football and just overpowered a Waynesfield team that after a while just physically got beaten down. There's only so much you can do, and Lehman again took care of business tonight as the #1 team in the Northwest Central Conference for right now. And
it's with 3 games left for Lehman. It sets up what could be 3 very critical games all the way out.
It's probably a playoff week starting next week. If you want to make week 11, you got to win weeks 8, 9, and 10, in my opinion. So keep the control. You control your own destiny. Take care of weeks 8, 9, 10. Treat them like a playoff, and then 11 is a Super Bowl, so to speak, and then you go on from there.
And our player of the game tonight had some great catches, played some great defenses, and the player of the game, sponsored by NKTelco, which you get a T-shirt. And our selection tonight, we took Michael Bunker. Kind of a special night for Michael.
It was. He was in on defense and made some sacks early on to put the Tigers in down and distance disadvantages, and then came up big on the offensive end. 3 consecutive times in the second period he hooked up with on the receiving end of a Gilardi pass for touchdown scores of 24 yards, 31 yards, and 40 yards. His first 3 receiving touchdowns of the year. Number 99, the big fella, 6'5", 230. Hard man to miss on the field, and tonight he was good on both sides of the field. Congratulations to Michael Bunker.
He's our player of the game, sponsored by NKTelco, and he'll get a T-shirt from NKTelco. I'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's game: Moran's Refrigeration, Cy Schwiederman, Minster Bank, Schwiederman's Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental, West Staff, Hometown Opportunity, Lamb's Insurance Agency, 21st Century Kitchens, American Trim, Upper Valley Career Center, Fowler's TV, German Farmers Insurance, Francis Furniture, Grand Lake Health, NKT Productions, and NKTelco Sports bring you tonight's game between Lehman and Waynesfield. We'd also like to remind you that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of high school boys football Channel 3 or HD on Channel 503. Friday, October the 6th at 11 p.m., Tuesday, October the 10th at 7 p.m., and you can also watch the games on demand at nktelco.net. Our crew here this evening, like to thank them. In the van, Isaac Sell and Scott Robinson. On camera, Ian Bolheimer, Camden Carter, and Nick Clayton. And I'm Dave Helmstetter, and alongside me tonight, Jeff Henshin. Once again from Alexander Stadium in Piqua, our final score, Lehman 77 and Waynesfield Goshen 14.